Hey guys, Wolvie here with a special presentation for the City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia Global. I'm not going to do a day today because it's like, I do have to start getting ready for work, but either way, it's going to be a two-part, but it's not going to be a long video at all. So, one part's going to be the recommended path, quote-unquote, to get to the treasure nodes in the Alexander summoning board, because that particular board is a little bit different than what we have seen so far on Global. And then for any new character that's coming via a character event or main story, what board should one tackle first and why? So, in all fairness, this is going to be my opinion only. And you're going to be seeing the in-game stuff here as a bit of a reference, so that's that on that. I will be putting the Dissidia database website link in the description below as always, so let's get to it. So I'm going to go into Wakka's board for Alexander because I barely met the requirements to get to the treasure nodes for the Alexander board, because like I said a little while ago, is that the path to get to the node to the treasure nodes in the Alexander board is a lot different than before, and requires the most amount of points to get to the treasure nodes. Although some of the others are have either 1800, which is the average. Some boards is at 1700, some boards are at 1600. So, to get this all out of the way, we're going to just jump straight in, and I'm going to zoom it out so you guys can easily see what I made. So, this is about as good as I can get with sense of zooming out. So you can get to see here that anything that's in the orange is the ones that I managed to, use the auto command on. So so here is that where you see that where I'm pointing at on my phone is that this is where you're going to be starting the HP plus 50, and that's pretty much for everybody. So if you follow the path both up and down on this particular board, so you see it has a bizarre path. Like I said, it is a little bit different than the other summoning boards before it, and it does require 2,000 points just to get to the treasure nodes here for Alexander, which is different than the other boards we had seen thus far, and you could probably argue the Odin board and the Bahamut board when they come to Global later on this year. So this is pretty much what you're going to be seeing. Again, this is the best I could regarding, zooming in out. Now, if I were to do something like Trey, I'll probably do something a little bit more, a bit better detail here. So this is pretty much the recommended path. And again, there's no shortcut here with Alexander. You're going to be needing more points than usual just to get to the treasure nodes. Now we're going to go into the summoning boards itself. So we're going to go into a character of mine that I have everything fully mastered. I'm going to pick Beatrix because she's one of those characters who has served me well since I got her kit. Now with Beatrix, my personal opinion, she is the female, not just you need all of her entire kit in order for her to be at her best. So that's something to keep in mind with some characters, is that some of them are very, very, very reliant on their entire kit. But like I said with my Beatrix here, I have all of her boards mastered up to this point on Global. So let's just pretend that she's a brand new character that's about to come out. Now, which board would one focus on first and why? Now, some people are thinking Ifrit because he's the first one. However, that's the one I'm not going to recommend. Now, all of the 8 boards, and I'm not so sure with Odin and Bahamut afterwards, but let's just pretend. The board I would actually go after first in sense of board mastery would be Ramuh. Now, the reason why I recommend Ramuh as the first board to go after is this one has a unique passive here, and this is it right here. It's Ramuh Invasion Up. Now, I particularly like this passive on my units, and it is because if I can pull up what it does, It raises evasion rate by 10% while HP is at least 80% of max. This particular one I particularly enjoy because when it comes down to our friend Ifrit here, if you have that 10% evasion rate, this actually helps. And then also there's another passive that Ramuh has, and it is called, if I can zoom in a little bit here, it's called Ramuh Resist Up. Now this is one of those where this reduces brave damage taken by 5% while HP is at least 80% of max. So if you have both Ramuh Resist Up and Ramuh Evasion Up, chances are you're going to be taking in lesser HP damage when you're developing the Ifrit board. Now, granted, Ifrit, kind of easy path, to get certain things, but I prefer Ramuh over Ifrit, and that's because if I want to worry a bit about the score, you're going to be worried a little bit more about the HP damage taken, so I would rather go in with Ramuh as opposed to Ifrit being the first board to tackle. Now, some of the other ones are really good to look into in their own right, but me personally, I just rather have, go with one I know that's the easy one, and that's Ramuh, because Ramuh is not as straightforward of a path, but two of the Ramuh passes are beyond invaluable in my opinion, meaning that reducing the brave damage you're taking, and you have a chance of evading the HP attack from Hellfire, which is Ifrit's signature move. So like I said, this is not going to be a long video at all. I am going to be cutting it here. I do have to start getting ready for work. So with that, I'm done for now. And before I fully sign off, next video coming up, I should be filming this tomorrow, will be the Quistis rework analysis. I have a bit to say on that. So with that out of the way, I'm done for now, for real. So with Wolvie here, signing off, I will catch you all on the flip side.